in just 5 years' time, Cocodona has become a top 5 race in the U.S., which is wild.
Whoa.
It's wild.
Whoa, buddy.
I mean, I said top 3. I'm just rolling with the crowd that it's top 5.
All right. You remembered.
Welcome back to the next aid station. I am your host, Jake Kilgore. Mick Garrison, obviously co-hosting / hosting. I feel like I need to say co-host, but we're really just both co-hosts.
Do you want me to lead?
Take the lead, Mick.
Jake, what's up, man? Good to see you.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
How's that?
Jesus, take the wheel.
How's that rock star?
It's amazing. And I was in such dire need of it that I cracked it preemptively. So no live crack of the rock star on this week's episode. I'm sorry for everyone who was really looking forward to the
Absolutely.
But it's amazing. Nice kombucha.
Thank you.
I did shout out you on Next Aid Station from the streets of Seattle.
I saw
weekend.
that. You were supposed to put out a question, a poll.
Yeah. Oh, I was.
To see if people have heard of kombucha before.
Yes. Well, dude comes over to my house a week ago who is dating my daughter and is like his first time hanging out with us.
Oh, I hate him.
And he was like, he pulls up and we're going to let's play a game. Let's hang out, whatever. And he brings in a kombucha.
Oh, he's a good kid.
And I was like, wow, dude. It was just one day after we shot the podcast last week. And I'm like, what you drinking there, buddy?
You can have my daughter's hand.
So I immediately shunned him from the home.
I don't know how you're a father of daughters. That would be so hard.
Yeah, it's definitely
Don't you just want to kill everyone that looks at them?
What are you looking at, man?
Why'd you come over here? Oh, kombucha. Well, come on in, buddy.
I did spend the weekend up in Seattle, in Bellingham, and I ran on the Chuckanut course. Dude, it was amazing.
Is it your favorite?
Top 5 for sure. Top 5 ever. Like now I went there and Mount Rainier in the fall, and I'm like, they both just rank in my top 5 ever training runs.
Yeah.
And I think it's twofold. One, it's beautiful. It's always green. The trails are amazing. But 2 is like so different from here. There's something about running on vacation for me where it's like I could just run forever. Like new trails. I'm like a new dog and you can just go forever.
Well, they're beautiful trails.
Yeah, dude. It was awesome.
It's different for sure.
Yeah. I loved it. So I was like,
are they as good as Tahoe?
They're just as good, but just different. Like just as good, but different. Tahoe, you know where I rank the Tahoe trails, but this was like, if my daughter runs cross country and track again next year up there, then I'm probably going to have to sign up for the Chuckanut 50K. Because it's right there. Right there.
Yeah.
Like, why would I not go race that?
Well, that's your thing. You want to try out new races.
Yeah. And I've wanted to race in the Northwest. I'm doing Bigfoot, which is obviously the Northwest, but that's just so different than the Cascades, remote, cell reception, all that stuff is like, this is a little different than racing in like the mountains in near Portland or near Seattle-ish. So we'll see. We'll see what it brings us. But welcome to the show. We have a number of things today. This could be a very long episode on this Tuesday morning. We have recap of the Canyons 100K, 50K. We have a bunch to talk about Cocodona.
I watched the chase.
Did you watch last night?
I watched half of it last night and the other half this morning.
And?
I loved it.
Did it get you pumped for next week?
It got me pumped for running again a little bit.
Did you do your one training run?
I'm going to go. No, I was going to go do that today. Take some work calls early. Okay. There's so much with that. I mean, bro, you get to know all of those runners a little bit better.
Like they make them like
Plus,
5
some of them we
characters.
already knew anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, who do you cheer for? They're all so easy to cheer for. But at the end of it all, I think that Jeff Browning is my favorite trail runner ever.
Really?
He's so cool, dude.
He's a cool dude.
He is even when he's hurting, he's just calm and cool, and that dude is dialed.
Like his Godfather voice.
Yeah, yeah.
You got the win.
Honestly, he's the coolest dude. And when he came and did that commercial with us, and he and I were just kicking it out in the parking lot, just chatting. I'm like, yeah. He came out of his way to come do a commercial with us just because.
He's very laid back, very cool. But he has that chill, laid back, like social part of his like character of who he is. But the dude can also be incredibly competitive.
Oh, he'll kill you. Yeah, he's there to win for sure. He was like very close. You know, Harry just what a performance. And we've been following Harry ever since then and met him multiple times. And, you know, we know are they married now? His fiance, Lauren?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, and obviously just all those dudes.
And Mike.
Mike McKnight, Killian was there.
Yep.
It's just like very, very easy to cheer for all of them.
So did it make you want to sign up for Cocodona 250?
As a pacer?
Barely as
Dude,
a pacer.
it made me just realize how much I don't want to ever try that. I can't. Michael Versteeg and I are on the same page. We don't like to train.
Yeah, but Versteeg,
he said that.
Yeah, but he just rolls out, no shirt, long hair, hippie guy. He just can run forever.
Oh, yeah.
Fast. Forever. So
he's just 160 miles into it. He's like, yeah, I'm tired and hungry. I'm like, you sound exactly like you do before the race.
He does. So, all right. Before we jump into all this, Cap, we have so much. But I'm glad you watched that because we have a big week next week, you and I. Not as big as the 350 runners, but we are going to be at Cocodona.
Hey, when you're crewing and you're pacing,
you're fighting.
It's an experience too.
Yep. This will be my first like real crew pacing experience.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah,
my first one.
You're still going to be tired. You're running a 50 spot.
So 3 things I saw this weekend, 3 things I learned this weekend, news related, unrelated to me being in the Northwest and enjoying the greenery. Hayden Hawks has posted now a couple times that he is taking like a little bit of time off before he hits like an 8-week training block, which I think would start like right now. I think he took a week or 2 off or is taking a week or 2 off because of a little niggle that he has.
A little what?
Niggle. He's got a niggle.
I don't even know what you're saying.
I'm just saying. Hayden says
you are going to get us canceled.
You are treading on light. Yes.
Like a nagging injury.
Well, he says he has a little niggle, and I want to know. I mean, that's fine.
That's
not even the news.
That word just sounds a little sus.
Nice. The news for me is not that Hayden has a minor little injury thing that he's working on before he toes the line at the most competitive Western. But the use and phrase of the word niggle, I don't know where it comes from, but he's got a little niggle.
Oh.
So is it like, sup?
Dude, I can't keep up with this crap. Like, that's okay to say, but like, Just give me the words that I can't say.
There's too many.
That is very close to
other words. I don't know.
Hayden.
I don't know what to make of it. Is it his knee or his ankle? It doesn't really matter to me. It just matters that he's got a little niggle.
Huh.
So, I don't know. Can you be like, yo, what's up, niggle?
Oh my God.
I don't know. But I'm talking to Hayden's knee.
Apparently you can.
Like if
I didn't even know what that word meant.
I don't know either. But if I go high five Hayden, I'm like, and I look at him, I'm like, hey, what's up, little niggle? And I'm looking at his knee, and I'm like, how does that feel? Or his ankle? I don't know.
I'm sweating right now.
Do I get immediately banned and canceled?
I don't know. The whole thing is all so weird.
Yeah.
Even if you say the N word.
Oh, just that. Not the actual word, but you say that.
It's a little weird. Like I'm not trying to make enemies or get canceled or anything like that. So I play the game. But it is a little weird. You're putting it into my mind when you say that. When anyone says that. You're watching on TV.
If I'm like, dude, do you hear that guy? He just said the N word.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I have no idea what you're talking about. No, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And now it's in my head.
It's in my head. It's in your head. You know it's in my head, and I know it's in your head. But as long as you don't say it out loud, everything's okay. So intent means nothing. That's gone. That's a little weird. Like, I'll roll with it because I understand it's a very sensitive topic. But I am also like, we're playing a game. We're playing a game here, and I'll play it, but it is a little weird.
You bring a good point to intent. To like what you intend any word or any phrase to mean. That the intent is like, no, he's just got a little injury. And in running, I've heard it before. It's not the first I've heard it from Hayden. I've heard, I got this little niggle, like I got this thing going, like I got this, but I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's like
totally not associated with the N word at all.
Maybe.
Right? But
I don't know.
But that's what I thought of when I heard it.
I don't know. I mean, you know what we used to call doorbell ditching when we were kids? And I didn't think that was racist or that was like anything. That's just what you called it.
I don't even know how that came to be.
I don't
or
either.
Jerry rig.
Yeah, true.
Like what? I don't even know. I don't even know what that means. I mean, I know what it means, but I don't know why they say Jerry
or rig.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's certainly a part of our generation and our age, and we're aging out of the system, as they would say. That's right. I just can't keep up.
Yeah, you wear Converse, and
I don't know. All right, so item number 2 that I came across. This was incredibly interesting. I tried to validate it of any source of truth or validity because there is things online that's just not true.
No way.
There sometimes is.
That's not.
Sometimes it's not all true.
I don't believe you.
And this one, I tried to confirm, but I'm more interested in the fact that it was posted and the comments that people had on it were unbelievably funny. And I was like, well, must be true. So Anthony Edwards, in the spirit of the NBA playoffs right now, Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves are up 3-1 on LeBum and his sorry Lakers.
Oh.
They're up 3-1.
I thought he played good.
He's bum. And it comes out that Anthony Edwards has, in the last like 15 to 18 months, ish, year and a half, has had 4 children with 4 women.
Oh.
And I'm like, wow.
Like,
great timing for that to be released and pushed out.
Channeling his inner Wilt.
Yes. So I was like, cool. So Anthony Edwards, Wilt, Sean Kemp, you name it. And then the comments were unreal, dude. They were so funny. One of the comments was like, well, yeah, with tariffs, condoms are like $10.
Oh,
I was dying, dude. So I don't know what to make of that other than that's some interesting news.
oh, that sounds exhausting.
Ugh. You're just writing checks, man. Writing checks.
Unless he's just out. Like I'm not doing anything with them.
Maybe. Assuming this is true.
Assuming this is true, it's either, no matter what, that just sounds like anxiety. Just exhausting. Like 3, maybe.
Because you have to.
No, I mean 3 with 3 different women in a year.
Duh.
Fine. That's the maximum. But 4, you're crazy.
Okay. Item number 3. The BYU cross country and track and field making massive waves.
Are they stealing Utah's runners?
I know, but I think what they're doing is phenomenal in the track and field and cross country space. We talked about it at Boston. Connor Mance, Rory Linkletter, and Clayton Young, all on the 2018 BYU cross country and track team. At Boston, they go 4th, 6th, 7th.
Oh, BYU. 3 top 10s.
Yes, dude. All from BYU.
Connor, Rory, and Clayton. They're all white.
Very much
Well, I mean,
white. It's something, dude.
That's weird because usually, like we mentioned, it's going to be a Kenyan or a Ethiopian crushing the Boston.
So the USA is bringing their best, and they're rising the ranks, running 5 and 10Ks at BYU, and then graduating, and then moving on to marathons like in their mid-20s. So in addition to that, this kid, Tavon Kitchen, is a high schooler from Crater High in Oregon.
Okay.
And if you remember that 5K I talked about where there were 5 kids that ran sub 4-minute miles, this is one of them. He's like a top 2 high school cross-country runner. This last week, he just committed to BYU.
Oh, okay.
So BYU is, I don't know what kind of NIL money is in cross-country and track, but I'm sure there's plenty for a kid like Tavon Kitchen.
Yeah, BYU's just paying everybody to come. They're stepping it up.
Their programs are going to go.
So how are they doing that? Are there rules, or is this like some tithing money?
I think they can spend any. I don't know how all the NIL money works, but BYU has tons of money, boosters with millions, hundreds of millions, and they're grabbing athletes. I mean, the BYU basketball team is already, I think BYU basketball leading into next year is like 3rd or 4th in NIL money spent.
One of their really good players just said he's bypassing the draft. He's coming back.
Okay. Well, they're going to be really, really good. This Tavon Kitchen kid, runs a sub 4-minute mile. He's like a 3:59, a 7:55 3K, a 14:01 5K as a high schooler.
Whoa.
14:01.
Yeah, that's insane. You can't just get that extra 2 seconds off there.
Hey, I give him a hard time, man.
I'm just saying, like, chump.
Chump. Yes. So those were my 3 things of news this week. Very, very interesting.
That's
Candace Hunter K. Did you follow?
Nope.
Did you see anything?
I was. I got some results from you. I was Coach Mick.
You're Coach Mick on Saturday.
Yep.
Well,
we won. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Did you guys win?
We won.
Flag football.
My son Jack, he won the.
Oh yeah,
he scored the winning touchdown with a minute to go. Thank you. Big news. I don't know why I didn't lead with that.
Is he getting some NIL money?
He would never go to BYU.
You don't need to go to BYU to get NIL money.
I know, but we're talking about BYU here. So
I've moved on. So
They're the ones paying everybody, you know?
They are paying people. We did both take Rod Farvard to win it,
Yes.
and he came far from winning it. Like, far from winning it.
I mean, his time was good.
He ran a 9:04, and I heard he had, like, some asthma and some breathing.
20 minutes off last year.
As you would relate to some asthma-related issues.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. But Rod Farvard ended up in 9th in a very, very competitive field. Francesco Pupi, I can't remember, but I may have taken him. I think I took him 2nd. I did. He crushed the field.
Yeah.
Crushed the field. I think he won by like a half hour or something crazy. He destroyed the field. And I don't even really know what to make of it. He's focusing his efforts on CCC and then the World Championships, which we talked about in September. Yeah. So he is not going to take a golden ticket.
He's not a 100-mile guy. So
yeah, I mean, that's true. He has not been yet, and maybe he's just deferring because he's like, no, I'm going to stay focused on the 100K. But he is 3 for 3 in wins this year. Entered 3 races, won all 3.
And he crushed them too. And look at the names of the people that he smoked, dude.
Hans Troyer 2nd, Hans at Naumburg 3rd. They both take golden tickets.
Like in 23 minutes?
He beat Hans Troyer by 23 minutes.
Yeah, what is that? 2 or 3 miles ahead of him.
23 minutes would be like 5 miles, 4 miles. They're hauling, dude. It's like 4 miles ahead of him.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Yeah. I just threw that out there, but yeah.
Yeah. Jeff Mogavero takes 4th. He already is in Western. So the 3rd and final ticket lands to Salt Lake's own, I believe he's from Salt Lake, or he lives in Utah, Ryan Montgomery.
Oh.
Ryan Montgomery runs an 8:45 and slides into Western.
41 minutes behind.
And gets a golden ticket. He is very fast.
I know. So fast.
So if you recall last year, if any of our listeners from last year, as well as you, Mick, were in this episode last year, and we drafted the top 5 male runners who live in Utah.
Yes, I remember.
Do you recall who went last in that draft? You had the first pick and took Hayden.
Yeah. Are you saying that you picked Ryan?
I took Ryan Montgomery 5th, which is crazy. There's no way that he's the 10th best male runner in Utah. What I'm saying is he's better than 10th. We had you took Jose. You took Chepe 4th or 5th.
I took Anthony Costales.
Mm-hmm.
I took Hayden Hawks.
Mm-hmm.
I took Tyler Green.
I think I might have.
Okay. I don't remember.
But my point was, I know for sure Ryan Montgomery was my 5th pick.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember.
And I think Chepe was like your 4th or 5th. One of us took Jimmy Elam around 4th. And now
I took Jimmy.
5th. I think you took Chepe and Jimmy 4th, 5th, I think. But my point was, as I started seeing this, I believe Ryan took 2nd or 3rd at Leadville last year when David Roche broke the course record. I think Ryan was 3rd.
Yeah, I believe he podiumed.
And now I'm like, he's going to be in Western, and he takes 5th in the very, very competitive canyons. He's definitely well inside the top 10 if we were to redraft. I don't think he would go as late as he did.
Does Ryan beat Jimmy at Western?
Yep. For sure.
For sure, huh?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. I think he smashes Jimmy.
You think he smashes him?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, by smash, I would mean like by more than a mile.
Oh. That's like smashing.
Multiple miles, I think he beats him by. 30, 40 minutes an hour.
Over Jimmy Elam?
I think so. I have to pull some comparisons, some stats. But Ryan, I don't even know if he's a full-time pro athlete. Jimmy is not really interested in that game of being full-time pro. If Jimmy dropped his job and committed to the sport, different story, but that's not the story.
Not loving what I'm seeing there at with old Grant and Anthony Costales.
Yeah, so I took Grant third or fourth, and you took Anthony, I think, third, and they both DNF'd.
I wonder, do you know what happened?
I read Grant's post. Grant Barnett, he felt great. He was running awesome. He said the hills felt like they were coming really good. He was running them, felt great. He was running like 6th or 7th. Rolled into an aid station around like mile 24 or 50K, somewhere in there. And then just couldn't get his legs going. Like he felt like a cramp was coming in his hamstring. He threw down some salt, eating, and he couldn't go. He walked for like 7 miles.
Oh, he's like, I'm not doing this.
He walked to the next aid station. Is like, I'm out. Yeah, like he couldn't get his leg going.
Just not his day.
It wasn't his day. And
That
Anthony,
sucks.
unfortunately, I think his time is gone. I think he's done. I don't think he ever podiums a major race ever again.
How old is he?
I don't know. But he hasn't done much in like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then he enters this. I don't know if it was kind of on a whim or last minute or what, but I was surprised to see him DNF.
That happened to Sage Canada. Boom. Done.
Yeah. I think I don't know how it comes and goes, but unless you're, as you said, Jeff Browning, you can just roll forever. I think you got to like change distances, change strategy, go to different races. I mean, like Jeff Browning's not hanging in that group, but he's not trying to.
You still have to care. It's so much time committed to the training and all that, and you start having
more married,
more kids, and like you're like, I don't want to leave for 4 hours right now.
Yeah. Yeah, but those big 4-hour runs, it's like a Saturday or a Sunday. Like
I know, but if you do it for 10 years straight, and then at the end of it, like if you don't have that anymore, that would be very hard to compete. If you're just like, I
mean, 10 years, that's a long.
But if you're still loving it and you're like, no, I love it and this is my jam, then yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. On the women's side, Emily Hawgood, I believe you took Emily.
Let's go.
Because I took Marianne Hogan first, Emily second, and you flip-flopped. So congratulations to you, sir. You nailed 1 and 2.
I that feels good, I don't think I picked Keely.
No. But Keely Henniger just got her 4th golden ticket. That is really good.
I mean, let's go. Just stack that field more.
Dude, this field, now the pro field, I don't know if it's called the pro field or I guess it's considered the pro field. Anyone that has a golden ticket or anyone that was top 10 last year. We can assume that's the pro field. There's a million names to go through to set the field for Western.
It's
Killian Jornet, David Roach, Jim Walmsley, Adam Peterman, Hayden Hawks, Dan Jones, Caleb Olson, blah, blah, blah. I mean, it goes forever. My question is this. Is there
Vincent
any chance?
Bouillard? Oh my gosh.
Is there any chance someone who didn't get a golden ticket or didn't place top 10 last year who's returning, one of those two, who will place in the top 10? Meaning, is there a guy or a girl,
a sleeper
who will go top 10 who got into Western through the lottery? Someone like Harry Subertas. He got in on the lottery.
That's really cool. I don't know, because I've never seen Harry race for speed. It's always a 200 miler. He's obviously a very talented runner, but like this is a crazy field.
The top 10 at Western is so fast.
If he went out there and I've never seen him, and he just crushed it and took 10th place, I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't be all surprised. But if he didn't, I wouldn't be surprised either. In fact, I would, if I had to bet, I would say he's not in the top 10 with this field.
Yeah. Just those dudes right there, Killian, the first ones I mentioned, Killian, David, Jim, Adam, Hayden, Dan, Caleb, those 7.
How's Vincent do on not climbing up the Alps?
He'll do great. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, then I would put him in there. Hans. Dude, this is crazy.
Ryan Montgomery, String Bean Joe, Rod Farvard, like
Chashing Chen. Is that the guy that always takes top 5?
Yes.
Top, yeah, he's fast. Yeah, dude. What the hell?
Seth Ruling is just won the Canyons 50K. So fast.
Who's faster? Caleb or Dan Jones?
In what?
In
event?
This.
In the Western states. Well, Dan beat Caleb last year.
By how much?
Dan took 4th, and I think Caleb was 5th.
Oh, Joel.
Because Hayden was 3rd. Because Hayden and Dan are like best friends. They train all the time. And they went 3, 4, and Caleb went 5.
Ryan Montgomery is so fast.
And he may not even sniff the top 15.
No, that's impossible.
It's not impossible.
He's going to beat Harry.
Okay, well then Harry's not going top 20. With that field,
Harry's going top 20. Harry's fast, dude.
Top 20 men.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, Harry is fast. Just because he's focused on the 200 milers.
Is Ryan going to be top 15 men?
Yep. No, okay. We got to break this down more.
Jeff Browning is in the race, but he's going for whatever they call the 50 and older course record.
Oh, cool. Well, I'm cheering for him.
He's going to set that. That'll be cool. So we could get into the Western, but I am blown away at the number of names. And is it just because we're more into the sport and we follow it so much now? Or is it truly?
No, this is the best field.
Agreed.
This is crazy.
This is the best Western ever. Ever.
When you legitimately don't know who's going to take top 5, usually we can see a field. We can look at the entrance. Got a pretty good idea who's going to top 5.
Yeah.
Got a pretty good idea who's going to podium.
Yep.
I'm obviously Jim. But then you're like, well, Hayden, right? But then you start looking at these other names, and I'm like, Killian Jornet, bro. Are you telling me right now he's not going to take podium in this?
I can't wait for that breakdown.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know. I want to do it right now.
I want to do it right now, but little injuries come up. People will drop. Heat will get to some people. They'll go out too hot. You'll get DNFs, but you're just guessing who's going to DNF. You have no idea.
David Roche, so fast.
David Roche, yeah, dude. I mean, he DNF'd his last race. Adam Peterman won his last one, I think. Caleb won his race in Transcarnaria, whatever it's called. Rod Farvar just didn't perform great. And you just never know. You don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is going to be amazing.
Okay. So really quick recap on let's go. We got to get the women's 100K. Okay. We finished that up. Okay. Good. Moving on from that. So golden tickets, we got the race, we got Western. The 50K was very interesting. I followed it briefly. All eyes were on the 100K because of the golden ticket. But the 50K at Canyons, Seth Ruling, Matt Daniels, Finian Schulte. I mean, they're just rolling at 3.5 hours at a 50K.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are Those are times. Those are essentially like Antelope Island 50K times
That's
for Peterman. He'd run those kind of times.
very fast.
Very fast. And the women's 50K podium was all Adidas TRX. So it got me thinking. We did discuss that, like Hoka, Adidas TRX. Where does On fit in with this? They don't have the team that Adidas TRX has, clearly, from a volume, like number of athletes standpoint. But Adidas TRX is so fast. So fast. So that 50K had some.
Was it like, were they like the main sponsor of this race?
No, it's a Hoka.
It's a
UTMB
it's a golden
Hoka
ticket.
Mm-hmm. UTMB
Well,
Hoka race.
So yeah, that's
They just
because sometimes you know how like
mm-hmm.
they'll just put all their runners in their races, but yeah, this is a golden ticket. So
yeah, no, those three just crushed, dude, crushed. And the women's 100K, I think the top 5 women were like 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th overall. They just came in, bing, 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 bing.
Oh, Heather Jackson. Look at that.
Yeah. She's doing a little tune-up race for Western as well as Hannah Allgood.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this is a great time for me to pop in this week's riddle. Just break between canyons and our Cocodona breakdown.
Okay. First riddle.
Are
you nervous?
Nope. Today is Tuesday. The DC Peaks Rockstar ticket and can. You'll get a picture first thing Thursday morning on the DC Peaks Instagram. So follow us on DC Peaks. And the riddle is being cut off. Move it that way a little bit. Yep. The riddle is this. In the canyon of man's first name, where waterfalls and trees reclaim, Eve once whispered, take and go. A golden prize lies near the flow. Dun, dun, dun. That's it. Okay. Moving on to Cocodona. I am so pumped for Cocodona. Is this a more competitive field than last year? You just watched the chase, and it was on the 5 main dudes. Harry comes out of nowhere, wins the race, kind of becomes the chase becomes about 6 male runners. Is this more competitive?
Nope.
Not more competitive.
I would say not.
Is it the same competitive?
I would say not. Not quite as last.
Okay, so this year we have Harry Subertas, we have Michael Versteeg, Michael McKnight. We have 3 of the 6 from the chase.
Yeah.
So no String Bean.
Yeah, you're missing Arlen
No
Glick.
Jeff Browning and no Arlen Glick. But they are replaced with Max Jolliffe, who just won Moab 240 last fall.
Yep. He'll be in it.
Jesse Haynes.
Very good resume.
Jake Jackson. He's kind of a big runner, dude. He's good. Jeff Garmeyer is in it again. He took 5th last year. His 5th time running it. Sorry, he took 6th in his last 2 attempts. But so his 5th time, that's all 5, right? This is the 5th running of Cocodona.
And he's done it every time.
He's done it every time.
Isn't that true of Michael McKnight too?
I don't know. I think Mike, I don't know if he might have missed the first year. Mick just had to go pee. Welcome back.
I mean, you could have just cut that in, but
I feel like it was more fun. Sorry for exposing.
Oh,
yeah.
It does feel much better.
Mick is relieved from his kombucha.
I had to just pop off the trail for a second.
Yeah, just pop off the trail, do your business. Back on trail, start your watch back up. Did you pause your watch? Okay, when you trail run and you stop and go pee, do you pause your watch?
No.
Okay, if you stop and go poo, do you pause your watch?
If I stop and do anything, I don't even have a watch.
That's right. Mick doesn't run with a
I
watch.
I don't grab my phone and stop it.
Okay,
No.
I don't either.
I don't like more than ever. I don't care.
I don't
about
either.
my
And
time.
you know, last year I brought
I'm not
this up.
fast, so like, who cares?
I brought this up on one of my pet peeves last year. I had a pet peeve that was like, why are you stopping your watch, dude?
Oh,
Like you stop and talk to someone, you hear beep,
I mean, if you're
and I figured it out.
what?
I figured it out. Ultra runners, for the most part, do not. Because they're not like going for like,
You want to know what your moving
your-
time is?
yeah, or your mile per hour, or what your split was for that mile.
If you're
Ultra runners aren't really like into that. They don't need to. They're just logging miles and logging tons of time.
if this was like a top level runner, Killian's doing it or Jeff Browning's doing it or something, I'd be like, cool. It's a science and you got it down. Do your thing. But for me, my goal is to finish the race.
Or the workout.
Right. Like I'm
talking about a workout, just starting.
No, I'm saying like, because if you're taking your workout and you're tracking all of this stuff so that you are working on your splits or whatever, you're like, you have a formula that you're going to then apply to your race. Sure. Great.
But if you're doing that type of a workout, speed, high threshold, repeats, I'm not stopping to talk to someone. Like I'm in the middle of that workout. So unless I'm in that type of a workout where I'm hitting like strides or repeats, I stop and I'm cool.
No, but
I figured it out.
Okay.
So a few years ago, I brought it up as a pet peeve, like when they stop their watch, and it's just kind of a dumb little pet peeve of mine. But I remembered running on Bonneville Shoreline, and I came up on like a cross country coach, and I know him, and oh, hey, what's up, Jake? Oh, hey, what's up, man? And I saw him go beep, and he stopped his watch, and I just kind of whatever. We talked for a few minutes and took off running. I heard him beep, started running again. So I'm like, doesn't that totally change? You just got a rest for 90 seconds, and then you're going to pick up your pace. So it does change the metrics if you stop your watch or keep it running. Either way, it's not a true metric of that mile, like a measurement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, cross country guy. I ran this last weekend. I told you I was in Bellingham, Washington, and I ran the Chuck and Nut 50K course, like half marathon of it, 13 miles of it. Me and these two dudes. One of them runs cross country on Taya's team, and one is like an assistant coach of the team. Fast. So I got to try and keep up with these dudes, climbing these mountains and bombing downhill. These dudes are fast. There were 2 or 3 times where like we took a wrong turn, and then we'd look at the map. Both of them, without fail, both times we looked at the map, beep, they stopped their watch to look at the map and decide where we're going. And my watch just running. Like, I don't care. I think it is a track cross-country habit crossover into the trails. It's like, yeah, like I'm not running. I'm going to stop my watch. But ultra is like, no, I'm just out here for the day. I'm here for the morning. This is my morning. I don't care. Just run, clock, run.
Yeah, the clock doesn't stop. Well, Strava has auto stop anyway.
Yeah, moving time or not moving time. Yeah.
Yeah, you have your total elapsed time.
Yeah. So
But people love to post the moving time. Look how fast I am.
Speaking of, yesterday after I posted my run, I got those notifications. You lose your course record if someone knocks off your CR.
Yeah.
I lost 2 course records yesterday.
That was my bad.
So I was like, I didn't even know I had those. And I honestly had no idea. And I got an email notification of like, hey, you want to give this guy kudos? I'm like, no.
People take that seriously.
Yeah. The one dude, I went to his thing. I was like, well, what segment did he take?
There's too many segments. I'm all set on the 1/8 of a mile segment up this hill.
All set. No, this one dude was the downhill from Elephant Rock to the bottom.
What do you mean? You didn't have the course record on that?
Yes, I did.
What?
Yes, I did. I did, dude.
I don't know how that's possible when I beat your ass.
I don't know, but it came up, and it might have been a variation of one of them, but it was 3.3 miles,
Oh yeah,
and it said Mueller Park, the big rock to the bottom.
Oh yeah, that's our jam.
Yeah.
Oh well,
And
congratulations on you.
I apparently I said it in October of 2019.
Oh, we were really fast then.
Some
I mean,
dude-
you did it. You were getting up. We
Some
were
dude just
running
beat
up. You were running up there in 27 minutes. I was 28.
Mhm. And we were going down in like 22. But anyway, I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm getting older. Swipe, delete.
I am guilty of something on Strava, which
Cheater.
I haven't even been posting on Strava lately, but I will run past my house to get to the 7 miles even.
I know.
I know.
It's pathetic. Just hit the 6.97. Stop.
I know.
I feel the same about mileage as I do stopping the
That's
clock.
why I'm admitting it right now. I'm
Yeah.
coming clean.
Come clean. It's the first step. Admitting. You know? It's a 10-step process.
It's it's so close to 7. Just finish.
Yeah, it's fine. Just roll 6.97, hit stop, save it, roll inside, grab your protein drink, and eat dinner. Fine.
All right.
This also needs to be admitted to all of our fandom. Mick and I have known for about 2 months that we are going to pace and crew the Cocodona 250. Mick has ran one time in 2 months.
That's not true.
If it's not on Strava, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, less than a handful. You have not gone 6 times. You have trained running 5 times or less in the last 60 days. And you're going to go pace 25 miles of Cocodona.
It says 26.
You're on 26. You're running a marathon at Cocodona.
Couch to 26. Couch to marathon will be my Strava.
Pacer.
No, couch to marathon will be my Strava post.
It will be. Yeah.
Whatever. Let's go.
You're good with it?
I have years of base for running, and I go to F45 every day.
You're good.
I'm good.
Okay. So
maybe I'll start running again if I actually have fun doing this. Watching that video, watching Jeff Browning. I know I'm not Jeff Browning. I'm just saying, watching that, it made me want to go out for a run. So that's
yes. Cool. Yes. You know what else before we get too far? Shout out to my wife. It's her birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday, Bree.
Yep. Happy birthday, Bree. Get that in there for you. Can we go to the men's field real quick? We got super distracted with your pee and stopping your watch and Strava. And can we get back on pace? We have Harry Subertas, Max Jolliffe, Jesse Janes, Jeff Garmeyer, 666 for Stieg. Is he going to get bib 666 again?
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Uh-huh.
Again.
Yes.
Lock it in. He just owns that bib.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool.
Let's go. He said something. He said in that documentary that was going to be his last time, like, going for it. I can't remember how he exactly worded it. Like, his full on trying to win this thing or whatever.
Metallica's last tour.
Yeah, but now he's in it
touring.
1 year later, and I'm like, you're just what? No, you're not. What are you going to do? You're just like, I'm good. We'll just take 20th.
Just done.
He's not going to do that.
He's coming back. Jake Jackson, Corey Waltering, his first Cocodona. Finn Melanson's second Cocodona. He took 7th last year.
And
Michael McKnight,
yep,
admittingly is like, I had a terrible race. Not my greatest race. His training is all over social.
He did
super different.
He did say that, but what was his time compared to his previous years?
I didn't look it up.
Like, was he saying he had a terrible race because the field just smashed the record?
No.
I knew that he didn't feel good.
He didn't finish in like the top 10. I think he was like 15th.
No, you're
looking at time.
Yeah, time.
We can pull it up, but I don't think it was great.
Okay.
I don't think it was great.
All right.
So leave it on the men for a second so we can roll through our podium and our thoughts on these. But my first question is there a runner not on this list who will make podium? That'd be my first question.
Very often that happens. And I'm
Last
like,
year at
and I'm like,
Cocodona,
oh, look at that.
we didn't even know who Harry Subertas was.
Nope. This happens all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So
Mhm.
you're going to say yes to that question?
I mean, I think Max is legit. I think Harry is probably the favorite.
Yeah, I don't know how the Harry Max 1-2 combo, like they have to be the favorites, right?
Yeah, like does Mike McKnight come back? Michael Versteeg probably. I don't know, dude.
The question seems to be we know that Cocodona starts with the speed goat, which is 11,000 feet of climbing, maybe 12,000 feet of climbing in the first 50K.
Yeah, it's a little over 11, and they did it in 6.5 hours.
Or something
And a
ridiculous.
and
like
a
that.
250 mile.
And then
race.
they do it again. It's like half the climbing in the first 100K, roughly.
Yeah.
So you kind of do speed goat and then do speed goat.
That's crazy.
And then, and only then, do you pick up a pacer. So you got to knock out 2 speed goats without, I think there's like 1 cruise spot in there, but you can't have a pacer till Whiskey Row, which is where I will be pacing Elle. So for 77 miles, you're just getting comfortable. Getting very, very comfortable, which I think is a great way to do the race.
That is a very interesting word to use.
Gotta get comfortable, man. You lock in. You're gonna be this is your 3 or 4 days. Just that first 77 is like, yeah, I'm just gonna cruise. I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna just get comfortable. If I'm racing Cocodona, I want nothing to do with the top 10 in the first 50K. Nothing to do with it. Just go. Just roll. Kind of like Mike McKnight in 2023. Felt like crap. Came back and won.
Yeah.
That first 100K was just like,
It's hard. You can just go blow up your whole race.
Yeah. So Cam Haynes is doing his first Cocodona.
Probably has something to do with Courtney Dauwalter being there. They're buddies.
Probably. They're pretty tight. But Cam has been battling injury recently. I question if he's even going to finish.
Who knows? He's done Moab.
He's done Tahoe. But it's been a lot of years.
He's a tough dude.
And he's in pain. Like, he's not healthy right now. But he's going to go do it anyway.
He's going to finish.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know that I'm not picking him to podium, but
no, I'm not picking him to top.
He's tough.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. It'll be cool to see how he does entering his first Cocodona. But I think the conversation here might be first time Cocodoners versus the veteran Cocodona runners. So Max Jolliffe, first time doing Cocodona. Jesse Haynes, first time Cocodona. Does it even matter that it's their first time Cocodona? Because Max's first 200, he won Moab. Jesse Haynes has done a bunch of 200s. He won Moab in 2023. So we have the Moab 2024 and 2023 champs pulling the line against last year's Cocodona champ, Harry Subertas.
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter that it's their first Cocodona, or is it just like, no, these dudes know how to race multi-day races?
Do you feel like you'd have any sort of advantage having run Tahoe before if you went back?
No.
No strategic. You didn't learn anything.
Sure, but I don't think I would. I don't think it would be. To me, I think there's honestly an argument for an advantage of never having done it. Been like, everything is new, everything is fresh. I'm just going to go do this for the first time.
it would just be easier for us,
Like
for the crew.
yeah. Like mentally, I actually like not knowing exactly every turn and every hill that's ahead of me.
Okay, I'm going to say that it's not the deal breaker, but that there is some advantage to having experienced it before. You can draw from. I mean, I know that they're all experienced runners, but just having been there, having done it, I think you can learn from it. And
Okay.
There's probably something to it. I don't know how much.
So Michael McKnight, this is his third. Well, he's done it 3 times. He DNF'd the 2022. He won in 2023, and he finished last year. Didn't do so great as far as his personal times go.
Yeah.
Do he and Harry have an advantage knowing the course, the trails, the terrain over, say, Max Jolliffe and Jesse Haynes?
I do. So that's what I'm saying. I think there is a small advantage there. I just don't know if it's enough to make him win, to help him win. Harry tracked down Jeff Browning, dude.
Yeah. Jeff, to me,
your running is running in some sense. So these guys are the best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, put me here or put me in Moab or put me in Tahoe. I don't care. I'm going to still track your ass down. And like, I get that. So it's like when it's this close, then it's like, do those little tiny things of like, how is my confidence? How are my legs from my training? How well do I know this course? I don't know. Like, what are all the things that go into having a Harry beat Jeff right there at the end? Like, why did Jeff's lungs, that's his home.
Mm-hmm.
He's trained there forever. Like, what happened that he couldn't breathe?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, there's too much. Any little thing can go wrong, and then that's a wrap.
Yeah.
So just the fact that they've run it before, no, I don't think that's enough to move the needle to a win.
Yeah. So, do you feel confident picking your podium with those names?
Jesse Haynes, Max Jolliffe, and Harry. That's a great podium.
Just the first 3 on the list.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Garmire is there. I don't know if he's fast enough. Versteeg and McKnight.
They're both good enough to, obviously.
Yep.
I mean, you don't even need to say that. Of course they are. But
yeah, are you going to take Harry?
I think I'm curious to see if Mike McKnight bounces back. Versteeg he can say whatever he wants. He's too talented to not be up there. He's going to be. I just think that those other 3 are probably more likely for me for the podium.
Mike McKnight, my biggest concern, friend to friend, if you will, is his back that he's been dealing with, like major back issues recently. He posted like a week or 2 ago. It's like the most pain he'd been in since his back surgery.
Oh, great. Well,
Yeah.
he already thought that like a screw came out or something.
Well, that was during like the
right, but I'm saying it's
FKT.
worse. No, I think this was during Cocodona.
Oh, was that during Cocodona 2 years ago?
When he was chasing Killian down?
He thought he had a screw coming out of his back. Yeah. So that's my biggest worry is the pounding of a 3-day event, 2.5-day event. I mean, you got to go sub 60 hours to win this thing.
Well,
that's just where you got to
He also was like questioning if he's even wants to do this anymore.
Yeah. And then he signs up for Cocodona.
I know. But he's talented enough, obviously, to do it. But I'm like, is his head in this?
Yeah, it's a great question. The dude loves high rocks. He loves CrossFit. He loves cross training. He loves weights, and he loves to run fast now than I think he, from following him and talking to him, it's like he would prefer a 2-hour high rocks training, high heart rate, 6-minute miles, weights, body weight, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah.
he's good at
He
it.
would over 2 hours in the
That's what I'm
mountains.
wondering. I'm like, let's see. It's either like he's obviously talented. If he's podium, I'm like, oh yeah, he's Michael McKnight.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't, I'm like, yeah, I mean, he's kind of checked out. So I could go either way.
Yeah. So who you taking to win it?
Oh man.
Win the men's. We'll get to the women's.
Oh my gosh. Jesse won Moab in 2023 and Hard Rock.
No, he finished Hard Rock.
Cocodona.
Yeah.
That same year.
Yep.
Oh boy.
So he was in great shape 2 years ago. He's done a bunch of 200s.
I don't know, man.
To me, it's I have a hard time saying it's not Harry or Max. I just have a hard time saying it's not one of those two.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
So what if we did this? What if we said we are going to pick Harry and Max to go 1-2, and our third is not on this list?
I don't know why you would leave Jesse off of it.
I mean, if I was going to pick anyone off this list to take third, I'm taking Versteeg.
Sure. He's awesome.
That's why I would leave Jesse off. But
you said anyone not on this list.
Yeah, but then something might happen. There's probably someone we don't know. 250 miles is a long ways.
Yeah. If I just say I'm going chalk, I'm taking Harry, Max, Jesse, it's almost for sure not going to happen because I picked it.
Perfect. Then I am going to go Harry, Versteeg, Max.
Okay. You're going to take Versteeg to take second?
I just am. Yeah.
Do it. Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
I think I'm rolling with those three.
Did you see his house? You watched that? I'm like,
yes.
This dude is wild. This dude is just riding on his skateboard.
Yeah.
Rock climbing in his house.
Half ramp, little mini ramp he built.
He lives in a barn.
He's just loving life, dude.
It's all dirt. There's no grass. There's dirt.
Arizona.
I'm like, that's your life, man.
He's in.
It's an interesting character for sure.
Yeah. All right. Women's. I think the women's is equally competitive and intriguing. In most races that we cover, it's either one or the other for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I'm not really following that one. But this one is like, no, dude, there are just as many intriguing stories and names on the women's side as there are men's. First and foremost, Courtney Dauwalter.
Yeah.
Is she win the whole thing?
She's shooting for 60 hours. And Harry was 59, 50 something. Like, So she can. I don't know. Yeah, she could, bro.
Is she? I'm asking. Is Courtney Dauwalter going to win?
She won Moab 240 overall? Yeah, she won that overall.
I don't remember what year that was,
bro. She did. I don't know.
When was the last time she ran a 200-mile race?
I don't know.
Does it even matter? Your answer is supposed to be it doesn't matter.
No, I mean, if you're saying is she going to win the women's, then no, it doesn't matter when she ran a 200-miler. If you're saying is she going to beat Harry Subertas, that's tough. I don't know. I see them being very close.
I'll say that she is far and away the overall favorite.
To take number one overall?
Yes.
Well, it's not going to be far and away. If she does, she's going to be squeaking by these guys.
I'm just saying, on paper, She is the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing.
Do you think Vegas odds?
Yes.
She's higher than Harry.
Vegas
I don't.
odds would have Courtney winning.
But Vegas plays on emotion too. She can beat them, but she's not going to crush Harry unless Harry's out.
I mean, I don't care if you win by a minute or 12 hours. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think she's the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing.
You know what?
She's bib number 1.
I kind of want her to.
How is she bib number 1?
Because she's freaking Courtney Dauwalter.
Great, but Harry won it last year.
Because she's the best ever.
No.
Yes, she is.
Respect to Harry Subertas, who won the freaking race last year. Give him the 1 bib.
I don't know.
I'm down with Courtney. She's the best ever.
Should we do that? Should we change?
She's the best ever, but Harry should have the 1 bib.
Maybe he deferred.
I'm out.
Maybe she's like, I'm not running your race unless I get number 1.
Okay, and
no,
you know
she's
who
so
else
not like that.
should have at least the option to have number 1? Rachel Entrekin. She won the women's last year. So she just doesn't get 1? Is she number 2? Is Rachel number 2, bib number 2, or is Harry?
Is it?
It's on Ultra if you have a second to check it. I just think
I've never done that. We have our own race. And I don't do bib numbers based off of speed.
Right, but we also retired bibs 1 through 180 through 87.
That's true. When you do, is it just what pops up as what Ultra sign up thinks is the fastest?
No, because there's 2 females ahead of Courtney on that.
Okay, so it is the race directors just go on and then they pick.
Yes.
Dude, I do it based off of like when you sign up, I think.
I know, but
to your point,
we don't put a lot of thought into it because we're not. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah, this is a different level race.
When you have this level of race, you have a top 5 race in the country. In just 5 years' time, Cocodona has become a top 5 race in the U.S., which is wild.
Whoa.
It's wild.
Whoa, buddy.
I mean, I said top 3. I'm just rolling with the crowd that it's top 5.
All right. You remembered.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, who?
Okay, so Rachel Entrekin is bib number 2.
Is this like
so that's correct.
Is this like a list of your all-time starting 5 in the NBA? You don't really care who has bib number 1. It's not even a thought in my mind.
So it's interesting in the sport that there is a thing about your bib number in running. Bib number 1 is a thing, dude. And so is bib number 2. After that, whatever, in my opinion.
Okay.
But in our sport, in all running, marathon, trail, ultra, having the first bib is a thing, dude.
I know it is. I recognize that it is. I think
so
it's silly.
Why does Courtney get bib number 1?
Because she's the best ever.
I'm not hating on her. I'm just like, why?
I just answered you.
So is Rachel offended? Or is Rachel like, I don't want it, dude.
No,
Give it to Courtney. How do you think that went down?
I don't think that they have that conversation with them.
You think that Aravipa is like, we're giving it to Courtney?
Yes.
And then Rachel's like, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, Rachel should recognize that Courtney is the best ever.
I mean, that's fine.
And then not care and go do a race.
So the bib number 1 goes to the best ever, not who won it last year.
Yes.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
It is now.
It absolutely is, because here we are.
I always thought that the returning male got 1 and the returning female winner got 2.
Well, that's rude.
That's just how it's been.
Why doesn't the female get 1?
Like in Western, I believe that's how Western does it.
Oh. Because their times are faster than the females.
So Western does F1 through 10 and M1 through 10. So there's 2 1s and 2 2s with F and M.
It seems like the silly hassle that I'm glad we don't mess with it.
Okay. Grant Barnett decides to return to DC Peaks.
Yeah. He's
You're
getting
like,
some random ass number.
Yeah, you heard it here. You heard it here first, folks.
Like, do people really care?
Mick doesn't care.
1 in.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it's been a thing in the sport
No,
for
I
30
agree.
years.
I agree with you. I'm not saying it hasn't. I'm just saying I think it's dumb.
Okay.
I don't care. If I'm wrong and people are like, Mick, you're wrong. You need to change DCP. Because I'd be like, okay, I'm not doing this race for me anyway. So bet, let's change it up.
Okay.
Now we have retired, like you said, we have retired the first 111 bibs because of the incident.
The unnamed. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just a small rant on that. I am more of I don't know. Sometimes I want to be a purist in the sport, and sometimes I don't want to be. When it comes to tradition and history of the sport, sometimes I want to be like, I like that we keep doing that.
I agree with you.
I like that.
Like
but this one can end.
You do a belt buckle on a 100 miler.
Yeah.
It's tradition. And I'm down. I like that. No problem.
So Courtney gets bib number 1. I am going to say, like, there's no doubt she's the odds-on favorite. The fact that she got the first bib, to your point, carries from you're the best ever, and we expect you to win the race. That's my opinion on why she got the bib.
Yeah,
the first bib.
She could definitely. She could do it for sure.
Okay, so it's not even like I'm going out on a limb. I'm like, no, she's gonna win the whole thing. This is not like a whoa breaking news. I'm like, no, she's gonna win the whole thing.
She could. I thought when you were first presenting it, like she was gonna dominate, and I'm like, oh, I don't know about that.
Like when she goes 4th or 5th at Hard Rock, I'm like, yeah, let's run it back and make that a 200-mile race. Go counterclockwise and take 4th or 5th, and then just turn around and do the other part of do Hard Rock again counterclockwise. I'm taking her to win.
Yeah,
the longer, the stronger, the more. I mean, it's like, yeah,
she's something special. And like I mentioned last week, I like to cheer for greatness, not really cheering for the underdogs.
Yes.
For whatever reason, when Courtney Dauwalter's in there, I'm like, that's who I'm watching.
Okay,
go get it.
So cameras will be all over her at every aid station. It's going to be like paparazzi at the aid stations. It's going to be wild party. And we're going to be there, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to go up and bug her while she's at an aid station.
Selfie. You know what's going to suck? We're flying in Monday night. The race starts at 5 a.m. Monday. We fly in Monday evening to meet Elle at Whiskey Row. And Courtney's already going to be long gone. We will not see her. We might not even see her in the race.
Well, we're there for Elle, so.
That's right. Darn right.
Darn tootin'.
Darn tootin', rootin'. Okay. Here's another interesting storyline on the women's side. If you recall, Mika, Thewes, Rachel Entrekin last year. Remember what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Mika was dominating the women's field. I don't even remember where she was in the top with the men, but she was up there, dude. And she was destroying the field. Falls around mile 200 and something, 212 or 200. Wrecks her face.
No.
Huh?
No, she hadn't climbed.
Eldon is 238.
Oh, you're saying mile 200.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I got you.
She was right around mile 200.
Okay, I'm with you. Sorry, I was thinking it was a 200 miler.
No, it's not that short. This is not a short race.
Easy.
So she fell somewhere. It might have been going up Eldon. It might have been right. I don't know.
I think it was before it.
Okay. Our notes here say that on the final climb, but I don't remember where it was. She fell, got injured, went to the aid station. She had like a 6-hour lead.
She dropped.
She dropped, bro. She turned her bib in.
Yeah, she dropped.
And then she went to a hotel, showered, got medical, ate, slept.
Yeah.
And then was like, checked her watch.
She's like, Mike,
I can still.
She's like, I got people here I'm with, and they're still out on the course volunteering or whatever they're doing. She's like, I got nothing going. I might as well go back and
finish the race.
So she
went back to the aid station she dropped out of.
Yeah.
Collected her bib.
Yep.
And finished the race and took second. Barely taking second.
Mm-hmm.
So a bunch of controversy arose from the women's podium and the women's field. I spoke to some of those competitors during the Tahoe 200 who were not very happy about it.
Why? Is it in the rules or not?
The two sides are this. As an ultra running purist, we'll call it, the rule of the sport is you turn your bib in, you're freaking done. That is the sign of DNF. I don't care how much time you have left.
You left the course.
Okay, then the other side of it is the race director. I want to say the race director came out and spoke on this, but I don't want to misspeak for Air Vipa. The manual says you can leave the race as long as you return to the aid station that you checked out of. So you check out, go get your sleep, go get your food, whatever. As long as you come back to that aid station and you meet the cutoffs, you're good to continue in the race. So the argument was she didn't break any rules. She followed the rules by checking in and out of the same aid station.
Mm-hmm.
She was well ahead of cutoff.
Mm-hmm.
So from a race director's standpoint, he's like, cool, like you're fine. But the spirit of the law, the spirit of racing is, no, man, you turned your bib in. What are you talking about? You DNF'd, you quit. It said DNF on there. The whole live stream, everybody was like, oh yeah, she dropped. She fell, she got injured, she dropped. She turned her bib in, she dropped. Which side of that do you fall on? Did she quit and drop and came back in and like took a podium spot from someone? Or did she follow the rules and the race director has the final say and he was like, cool, you're in?
Well, if you have to check in and out of the aid station, are you supposed to go up and say like, hey, I'm leaving the course. I'm going to go sleep in a hotel. I'll be back. Is there something in like you wouldn't give them your bib if you're doing that, right? Like it I don't know how the rules are written exactly. Because if you go in and you're like, hey, I'm dropping, some races you have to sign a thing. Well, and that you hand in your bib and you drop and then you go and you change your mind.
That's a great question. Because if someone's leaving the course, it could be presumed that it's like, okay, leave your bib here. So I know you're not driving to the next aid station a mile ahead of it, dropping, cheating. People cheat, which is crazy to me, but they will cheat in these races. Mm-hmm. They have been known.
Yeah.
A very, 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 very small percentage of people have been known to cheat. So is that we want to make sure that this is legit. This is our protocol is we take your bib and then you come back and get it. That's a good question. That could be protocol.
Yeah. Like that would, wouldn't you think if you had that information, you're like, that changes a lot. But if she went up there and she's like, I'm injured, I'm out, I'm signing the thing, and you put down a reason why and who's picking you up or whatever, mm-hmm. different races have different things. Mm-hmm. And you do all that. Mm-hmm. And then you leave and you go and shower and sleep and eat and then you feel better and go back. It's like, hey, you already dropped. You signed this thing. Like now you're out.
You're done.
That I could roll with that either.
But
just the fact that she left and came back, that's not enough to get mad for me because it's in the rules that you can.
Correct. So I do know that you can also DNF a race and not turn your bib in. That's not like a required thing. Turn your bib in. I've DNF'd a couple races, didn't turn my bib in. I still have the bibs.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that should be in the rules too.
I mean, like I DNF'd the Hurt 100 and they were calling me for 8 hours looking for me. And I'm like, I told the volunteer I DNF'd. I dropped. But I was like Mika, I was hours ahead of the drop, the cutoff. So they were calling me. I went to my hotel, showered, slept. Technically, I could have been like, oh, I still have my bib. I'm still in the race. I'll be right back.
Is there any competitive advantage to leaving the course and then coming back? Like, are you hurting the people that don't leave?
I don't think so. I mean, if anything, you're just wasting time.
Okay.
Showering and sleeping at a hotel.
But from a race director's perspective, where we're kind of responsible for you, I don't like them leaving the course and then coming back.
I mean, you could be getting an IV at the hotel.
I mean, I
which
said
is against the course rules. The rules do not allow for IV. You could grab an IV at your hotel or in your car or wherever, but that's cheating.
If you're getting medical attention because you
wrecked your
blew
face.
your shoulder out or whatever she did, you go to a hospital, aren't they going to just automatically hook you up with an IV? I don't know if they do or not.
I don't know. But I find that story, Rachel Entrican racing Mika Thewes, I think it's going to be very, very interesting. Rachel has won every single race she has entered since 2022. How about that?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
So Rachel versus Mika is a real race to me. Where does Elle Jones fall? We are going down to Pace and Crew Elle. Elle didn't race in 2024. She was signed up for the Triple Crown. She won. Well, she took third in Moab?
Yep.
In 2023. She was leading for much of the race. Ends up taking third. And
she also did UTMB.
Nope.
The year before that?
2023.
Yeah, same year.
Same year. So she did UTMB.
That's what I was saying.
And then did Moab. And then she took 2024 off. But she is signed up this year for Cocodona and the Triple Crown. She deferred. She has a UTMB entry that she's going to be postponed for 2026. Because she's got a big, big, big year this year. Where does she fall with the Rachels and Mikas, Sarah Ostaszewski, Lindsay Dwyer? Like, she's certainly in that group.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's definitely in that conversation.
I think that she's going to race to podium.
Now, we're biased because she's a big DC Peak supporter. She's our friend. She paced and crewed me at Tahoe, local Utah. Amazing athlete.
Yeah, we are biased, but look at her resume.
Yeah. So what's it going to take for her to podium? Courtney, Mika, Rachel, I would say are the favorites on paper to podium. You got first and second from last year and the best ever to race in the sport.
Yeah, it's
what's it going to take for Elle to podium?
Like time-wise?
Strategy, time.
Oh, man.
Time-wise is probably 70 hours, sub 70.
Do you think that you and Elle are pretty close to the same speed?
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, when I was talking to her a few days ago, because she's doing Triple Crown, she's like, "You're doing Tahoe, right?" And I'm like, No, I'm not doing Tahoe this year. I'm doing Bigfoot. She's like, "Oh, yeah, that's right. You're doing Bigfoot." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need a pacer." She laughed. I'm like, "You are pacing me the entire race." I'm like, "We'll probably just race the whole race together." So, yeah, I do think that we are similar speed and strength in a race like this. My goal going into it would be like 72.
Mika, she was quite a ways ahead of you.
She smoked me. Mika smoked me, bro. I want to say like 4 hours.
So that's concerning. That doesn't always translate to the next race. I recognize that.
Yeah. But, I mean, you have to...
Sarah Ostaszewski, she's fast.
I mean, we got to base it off of something, right? So, are we saying it's going to take... Is it going to take a DNF from one of those three for her to podium? Or if she races a perfect race and they're not on their perfect game, she beats them? Because in a perfect world, if I run my best race, I'm not beating Harry. Like, I'm just not going to beat him.
No.
An 85% Harry is beating a perfect Jake. Like, perfect on my game. Everything feels good.
Well, we already experienced this.
I'm not beating
him. He was immediately to the hospital.
Yeah, but he ran.
He ran good, but he was
near
wrecked.
Perfect race. But he smoked. I mean, he was. Of course, he was wrecked. But yeah, but yes. So
but I see what you're saying. Yeah, like I don't know. I do. I feel like Elle, Sarah, Rachel, they are racing for third, just like you were.
Mm-hmm.
Harry and Mike McKnight, they were safely in first and second, and we were kind of racing for third.
Yeah, so going back, Mika beat me by 3 hours and 50 minutes. So I thought it was about close to 4 hours in Tahoe. So that's your comparison. If Elle and I are roughly the same speed, 50 more miles.
I mean, I got to come up with something. I don't know.
I mean, that's how else you compare it, right?
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. I hear you. Elle can beat Rachel.
That's the plan.
That is the plan. And I think she could beat Mika on a perfect day. I think if I had more experience in a 200 and I went and did another race, I'd like to logically think, yeah, you're going to get faster, better, more strategic, spend less time here. You're going to trim some time.
So having raced this race would help. Is that what you're saying?
At a minimum, that race distance.
I am definitely cheering for Elle to beat Mika. I'm not planning on that happening.
But what about Rachel?
Yeah, that's the plan.
So you like Courtney, Mika, Elle?
Yeah, that would be sweet, dude.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
But like you said, Rachel wins everything she does. So if she won, nope, never mind. I was going to say something stupid. If she took second in this, I wouldn't be like surprised.
Who?
Rachel.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right? Like,
I'm only going to be surprised if Courtney doesn't win it.
Yeah, everyone will be.
So anything else that happens, Sarah Ostaszewski won Moab just 6 months ago.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She won it. I didn't look at her time compared to Elle's in 2023. That would be worth looking at. Elle's time versus Sarah's time, but that was Elle's first ever 200 distance race, multi-day race. You learn so much after that first one. I think after the first one, you're making tweaks. Lindsay Dwyer is very fast. Georgia Porter just did the Arizona Trail. She's fast.
And these long distances like this, you never know. Like
anything could happen.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like, is that our podium? We're just going to lock that in.
Yeah.
Courtney, Mika, Elle.
Yeah. We are there to get her to the podium.
We're also there to make sure someone else doesn't get to the podium.
Nancy Kerrigan style?
Anything.
Whatever.
Anything.
Bring it.
I'll bring the baseball bat. Yes. Okay. Shout out to DC Peaks, four-time volunteer aid station captain Randy Orm. She dropped from the race. She is not racing Cocodona.
Yep, she got hurt.
She
fell. Wasn't her. Yeah, I was going to say it wasn't her.
She fell. She hurt her knee. She fell, hurt her knee. Yeah, so that sucks. She's put in a lot of training.
She's probably feeling quite frustrated right now.
Yep.
Randy, just come to F45 with me.
We'll see you there.
It's so much like you don't even get hurt.
Yep. So yeah, we're gonna be there on the ground, first time ever. My biggest fear My biggest fear going to Cocodona 250 and pacing and crewing is that the vibe.
I already know. You're signing up.
The vibe is going to just suck me into signing up to next year. And I'm very fearful of that.
Why are you fearful of
Scott
that?
says it's going to happen.
It's an amazing race. Why are you fearful of that?
I don't know. It's quite daunting.
Is it your second favorite race?
I will say there's no better live stream
Whoa.
than Cocodona.
Whoa.
There's
DC
not.
Peaks.
Western's good.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Western's good.
UTMB?
No.
Yeah, Cocodona. Dude, I love it.
Cocodona.
They got
Western.
they got a super cool race director. They got well, actually, I don't even know if he's the race director. Camille, he owns it. Is he the RD?
I don't think so.
He's not the RD, but he owns it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's who I was referring to. Super cool. I love the field. I love that people are coming out to do this. I love the live stream. I was a little surprised at how not Arizona Flagstaff looks.
Yeah, and Sedona.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that.
A mountain.
That's a mountain.
That's a tree.
That's green.
There's trees.
Yeah, look at that. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
So this seems like I've never been there. I've never been to Flagstaff. This will be my first time.
I think it's first for me too.
It looks really cool.
So yeah, best. It'll be fun to be on course and be watching the live stream, and that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be very, very fun for us. So, okay. The next few weeks are huge because we got the DC Peaks Rockstar thing dropping, the first ticket dropping in the next 2 days. By the time when people are listening to this, it will be in the mountains and run out there and snag it. Because this will drop Thursday morning. And then Monday, we are off to Cocodona for Cocodona week. Any closing remarks on the race?
Nope. I'm excited. I feel good. I do feel like I would be surprised if our golden ticket, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah.
I would be surprised if it's not found on the first day.
I will say it's found before 10 a.m.
Whoa. Well,
On
most
Thursday.
runners go out early.
May 1, 10 a.m.
Yeah, I would be surprised on that.
Okay. Well, thanks for listening. We'll be back next week, a couple days later than usual because we'll be coming back from Cocodona. Then we'll record and have super long download of all of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions from the Cocodona 250 experience. This has been another episode of the Next 8 Station.